Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Good freaking afternoon. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Hope you're excited about today. I hope you're excited about being an early adopter in the digital asset space. I'm excited about tonight's event, invitation only. It's going to be really, really cool. Roundtable around the Flare networks. Really excited to be invited to be a part of that. That's going to be really, really cool to be a part of that. That's going to be an awesome event. I'm going to hang out and learn. That's what I'm going to do mainly. How cool is it? So XRP had a nice correction or retrace. That's cool, but we're still $1 trillion or so short from the market. We're still $1 trillion or so short from the market. I don't know what's going on in Hinman. What in the wide world? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. It's a Corda developer. Yeah, this dude dropped some golden nuggets. Dropped some golden nuggets for sure on XRP and the XRP ledger and Stellar Lumens. We're going to get into that as well. But first, let's go hang out on the bridge. What the world? What happened? The bridge didn't work. Yeah, interesting stuff. I think I got TJ Jackson sent me something. I think I do have it. I think that's what he sent me today. So I'm going to share that also. But we got to do it. We got to hang out on the bridge. We have to hang out on the bridge. Let's go. The crypto fam is in the building. Music just does the body good, does the soul good, doesn't it? Are you participating in the Flare network? Shout out to XRP Intel. I actually did a video on Wine Chain and XRP. That's a good start. But it's all about Flare networks, in my humble opinion, when they launch. What's going on, family? Trey Hauser is in the building. What's good? Brooklyn and the bridge. Keyless is in the house. The one and only Lady of Crypto. How are you, Keyless? Good to see you. This young kid is a Corda developer, apparently. Dropping some knowledge. Crazy. I hope you're excited about being an early adopter in this new asset class. We're blessed. Auntie Val is here. What's going on, Auntie Val? Another lady of crypto checking in. The Jungle Lake here. I always miss when Jungle checks in. What's good, Jungle? Guys, I got to tell you, what an exciting time to be in the digital asset space for sure. Shout out to the crypto fam. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Listen, this Corda developer dropped some serious stuff about the XRP ledger. I don't even know where to begin to play this video. It's 21 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I think the last 5 minutes or so was just absolutely golden. For sure. Absolutely golden. Shout out. But first, I have to say congratulations. And shout out to all the QNT, the Quant holders. What in the wide world? Triple digits. Man, I'm happy for you. I hope it minted some freaking new average Joe and Janes into the millionaire status. I hope it did it. I hope it did. Congrats. Congrats to all the freaking Quant holders. I'm happy for you. I am so happy for you. Those of you who hold some of that QNT, go change lives. Go change lives. Go change some lives with that. Congratulations. $100. Jungle. I think Jungle has some QNT. I think Jungle got some Quant. Kevin Land, what's going on with you, bro? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. I appreciate that. Where you checking in from, Kevin? Thank you. Right? Quant's just getting, Jungle says it's just getting started. $100 just getting started. Congrats to all of those people who hold some of that QNT. We need more of the average Joe and Janes becoming millionaires. This is what we need. That's what we need. We need a new 1%. Shout out. I think Kevin Cage got some of that QNT as well. I'm happy for you guys. Really. I have not a single QNT. I am happy for you guys. I'm happy for you guys for sure. Crazy. There's a triple digits. So what's going on with this Corda developer? I'm going to share that. That was an interesting listen to. Shout out to Crypto Eddie. Vegas. Okay. Vegas. Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you checking in, my friend. And again, thank you for the super chat. I got to tell you, this dude was dropping some nuggets. I mean, we can get into him, and this Corda developer apparently, again, I'm just going by the title. This Corda developer apparently, he's dropping some nuggets about XRP and Stellar Lumens. It is a good listen to. Hinman, look, I don't even know. I mean, all of a sudden, this guy is on, what was that? Was it Squawk Box? Was it CNBC? I don't even know what it was. MSNBC, not a good look, SEC. Not a good look. And we were hoping, I was hoping that the media would pick this up. Mainstream media would pick this up. They weren't going to let it go. I said it 3 months or so ago. They were not going to let it go. And I just want you to really think about the value add of Attorney John Deaton. You got to think about that value add that this dude has brought to this community and by the way, the digital asset space. Shout outs to that dude. Big time value add. I'm not sure if this gets picked up without Attorney John Deaton. Quite honestly, this Hinman thing, I'm not sure if it gets picked up without John Deaton and his staff and the website that they have that's dedicated to the case. I'm not sure it gets picked up without him. Shout out to you, my guy. I hope I get a chance to meet you someday, Attorney Deaton. Yeah, exactly, Jungle. I like him, and ETH shouldn't be a security. The problem is the rules ain't the same for everyone. And exactly why is that? That's the challenge. Look, this is ugly. And I'm telling you, Congress is going to have to jump in on this. The improprieties, they're going to have to do something. Because let this one TV show going to pick it up. One news outlet's going to pick it up. Then another one's going to pick it up. I promise you. This is not going to go away. And you know how the media is. They pick up on the negative and they roll with it to the exponential power. Why? Because human beings gravitate towards the negative. So if this gets just a little bit of momentum, they'll be picking it up. Clayton will be choosing not to comment on it. It's not a good look, and it's not going away. It doesn't feel like it's going away at all. At all. I don't even know what he said in this interview. I mean, I could play it for you guys. I'm like, what? First of all, it looks like he's sleeping. He's got his eyes closed, and then he goes like, I don't even know what the dude's talking about. But I mean, we could borrow someone's 7-year-old to explain it, right? To totally get this, right? Like, is it 8 years old now? But I mean, you could just look at it and it just smells. It's nasty. There's a stench behind it. You know, you get that corruption, and it's just not looking good. It's not looking good at all, because it is clear. It is clear that this was about personal gain to the detriment of the greater good. Personal gain. It is clear as day. It really is. It's clear as day. What's going on, Martin 958? And Barry Prasad Jr. is in the building. Appreciate you guys checking in. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to play this video. Then I'm going to try to end on the good stuff with this Corda developer. So let me see if I can find the madness is Hinman on this particular news outlet. Let me see if I can't find that for you guys. Derek Purcell is excited. 3-digit. All right. Shout out to Crypto Bull 2020 for sharing this. All right, let me share this with you guys. Bakir Bazbay, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here, brother. All right, let's see. Let's show this. Where it is. Listen to this madness. I don't know. Hopefully it'll play, because I'm streaming on 2 different platforms.
Now, you also talked about initial coin offerings, or ICOs, which are ways of raising money using cryptocurrencies. Did you use a similar reasoning? You implied that most seem to be securities, ICOs, but some of them are not. Can you just show us what the difference is simply?
I wish we had a simple way to say this is in and this is out. As I mentioned, there are usually facts and circumstances tests, but a key factor is there a third-party promoter here who knows much more about the instrument than investors might? If that's the case, that's sort of an initial indicator that we might have a securities transaction. If people are buying it for investment and for a return and looking to that party for a return, then again, that's an indicia of a security.
Okay, so I'll talk a bit about the funding model. So we will have a fundraiser for 2 months starting February 1st. It will be available at funds.ethereum.org. So the idea is that part of the initial issuance will be 1,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin, or up to 2,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin if you get in early to compensate for the increased risk. So the issuance model is that we will fundraise. Suppose that we hand out X Ether through the fundraiser, then there will be about 0.5x will be pre-mined, and then 0.4x after that will be mined per year forever. So it's this hybrid of Mastercoin, of the Mastercoin and Ripple model.
In your speech, neither Bitcoin nor Ether would be considered securities, and thus not under the purview of the SEC. Can you very briefly explain what your reasoning is?
Sure, Bob. These are complex facts and circumstances tests, but when we look at Bitcoin or if we look at Ether and the highly decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter where applying the disclosure regime would make a lot of sense. So we're comfortable in some sort of viewing these as items that don't have to be regulated as securities.
I'm trying to. Does that make any sense to anyone, anywhere? Like, does that make any sense to anyone, anywhere? No third party? I'm very confused by that statement. Very, very confused. by that statement. I don't know. If the guy's on stage talking about fundraising and talking about the model for funding, I'm not sure I get it, how there's no third party there with Ethereum. It's and he actually says this is the Ripple model. So which one is it? If Eve got the pass and they're using the Ripple model, it's a very interesting thing. Now, if you brought Ethereum up as SC, then you would be doing it fairly, but you didn't. You didn't do it. It's a very, very interesting dilemma. But ultimately, they did XRP. They certainly did XRP a great justice by bringing them to the courts, because there's going to be a clarity about XRP, whatever level it is, that the other ones won't have. We can all say as a community, we feel like Bitcoin and Ether got the pass, but did they? Have they? Or is it just thus far? I think XRP is moving a lot more towards getting the regulatory compliant box checked than all the other digital assets. I really do believe it. But ultimately, we're still going to get behind. We're going to get to the root, I believe, of this whole thing with him and what he was doing with these different companies, him and Clayton. You know, security or not, if you're giving a particular asset, if you will, an advantage because a company, a past and future employer is operating, on that basis or operating with those assets, it's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. So we'll get to the heart of it. XRP is going to get what it needs anyway. But the stench of Henman and Clayton and the lack of clarity, all this ambiguity, that's going to be brought to light. I guess it's going to be a lot of, so that's why there was no clarity. Yeah, it's not a good look at all. So interesting stuff. I have to tell you. Let's go over the markets. Then I'm going to share this brilliant young man from Corda. All right. So the market is, let me make sure this is right. Bitcoin is currently, I believe it to be over 30. No way. Oh my God. Bitcoin is at 32,000. Wow. So it's at 32,000 now. Ethereum's at 1,800. Oh my goodness. The market is bleeding. The market's bleeding again. Binance Coin's $286. Cardano $1.26. Dogecoin's at 24 cents. XRP is at 61, almost 62 cents, 61.9. Polkadot's below $15. Unbelievable. Bitcoin Cash is at $460. Litecoin's 127. Solana's $28. I'm not sure if these are quite. Oh my goodness. Polygon is at $1.08. Oh my gosh, $1.08. What's going on, Polygon? Stellar is at 24 cents. 25 cents. Oh man, so the market is definitely bleeding. VeChain is still at 7 cents. Unbelievable. Yeah, interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. Pancake Swap is $12.39. Is interesting, to say the least. Cosmos is at, I didn't know Cosmos is at $10. $9.29. I got rid of all my Cosmos, got rid of all the algo months ago. Quant's at $95.35 currently. Again, shout out to all of you who hold some of that particular asset. So that's the market, guys. That is the market. It's bleeding again. And my guy again says that, look, this is a market cycle, and we're just about to pull out of this last ultimate crazy cycle. What's going on, Andy Tuesday? Good to see you. Don't even look at your account. Yeah. Until we get to that 2 point something trillion, we got to get to at least 2 trillion for me to start looking at, all the wallets, right? We're not at least at 2 trillion. We're not even close. Did you check it in? Yeah, I sold that GDLT. I sold that even before there was any kind of thing going. I think I sold it. I didn't have very many of them in the beginning anyway, but I did sell it. I sold my Algorand months ago. I mean, I just took profit on Algo, Anchor, VChain. Yep. Yeah, I probably should have kept my Algo. Probably should have kept it, but I know that I'll snatch them up more on the bear market for sure. Yeah, I mean, I was in early on Algo, right? Snatched up Polygon at 1 cent, right? So, yeah, without question. So, yeah, interesting time to be in the market for sure. But boy, three digit QNT is cool to see. I mean, that's just great to see. Thank you, GDLT. I appreciate that. Right? That's just great to see. I'm just excited for those who have. I hope it meant it, some millionaires. I really do. I hope some people had enough of that, get that accredited investor status and the whole 9 yards. Yeah, because I think as long as you have proof of that in terms of value, you can apply for the accredited investor right there in the moment. Yeah, you don't want to miss out on that. You can do it on Bank to the Future. There's another site where you can do it really, really quick, and just apply for that accredited investor status based upon your assets that you hold. Right? Definitely recommend BNK to the Future, Bank to the Future. What's going on, JW457? No, another dip. What is the summary of what is happening in the crypto world? Do you believe they are sending Bitcoin to the ground? No, I don't believe Bitcoin is going to the ground at all. And I just think that wherever we are in the market cycle is where we are. But I do expect to see Bitcoin get to all new time highs and bring the altcoins with them. I fully expect that this year. More than likely the latter part of the year, October, November, December, but I do fully expect that to happen. And I can't wait for XRP's new all-time highs. So I'm really looking forward to that. I trust my guy. I really do. High altitude investing. I trust him. I trust his analysis of the markets. And he's just a really sharp guy. Very, very sharp young man. I'm part of this VIP, his Discord, but I'm also part of his VIP as well, where you pay to level up your knowledge on the markets. So, yeah, it's going between 35 and 32. This is an interesting time. This is really an emotional test, I feel like. This is an emotional test. Can you withstand this emotional beating, right? Because it makes you start to regret some moves that you didn't make, right? Then you start just getting really emotional, right? When the blockfolio was all-time highs in April and you didn't take profit because you thought it was just going to continue, right? All these emotional tests that we get. And I hope that we all take these as learning experiences, as learning experience. What's going on, Michelangelo? It's good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you checking in, right? So let's share this Corda developer guy. I don't even know his name, but I gotta tell you, wow, really, really sharp young man. Let me see, which one is it? What does that say? All right, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't. So I don't know if if the guy is Quincy. Maybe the guy is Quincy. I don't know what his name is here, but let's see. Where do I even want to start with this? I'm gonna play a couple parts for you. Let's start the beginning.
So let's talk about trading for a second.
Okay. So instead of trading the cryptocurrencies, you're trading in and out of the projects built on top of the cryptocurrencies.
Exactly. So if somebody, and if you go, do you have a BitTrue account?
A BitTrue, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured. So if you actually go on BitTrue and you go on the, if you go on the XRP listed assets, you can see some assets that are listed on the XRP ledger. And I'm pretty sure Binance has some too, but the biggest thing, and yeah, people don't talk about this. So let's see if I could pull this up real quick, just to pull an example. So yeah, so a lot of people seem to think when they trade, they want to trade from XRP or trade from Bitcoin to dollars, XRP to dollars, or whatever. But there's a whole nother realm of, and this is assuming that you want to go the trading route anyway. If you were going to trade, there's a whole nother realm of trading that's not happening. That is just a huge opportunity spot. And the reason why it is a huge opportunity spot is because there's a huge lack of liquidity. So let's take a look at, here we go. I'm taking a look at a coin right now, CSC XRPL, which is CSC coin that's issued on Ledger. So if you could take a look at this too, if you look at, or maybe I can share my screen. So I can do that real quick. Oh shoot, it won't let me share. It's all right though. But I'll just explain the concept real quick because yeah, not only can you trade on these platforms, this doesn't go just for XRP. This goes for XRP, XLM, and Algorand, and XDC. But the reason why Algorand and XDC, the opportunities aren't there as much is because they're not liquidity tokens like XRP and XLM. So the reason why liquidity tokens are important are liquidity tokens are going to be passed around almost like how typical money would be passed around, while smart contract platforms will basically be not quite hodled, but they'll hold on to it to use the technology to run their smart contracts. You see what?
Yeah. So that's good. Let me share this other part with you guys. So that's just kind of give you a sense that the young man knows what he's talking about. Let's go here.
Has permission from XRP to issue all these different wallets.
Yes, actually, yes.
And to open a new wallet, they would need to get permission from
performance of why XRP is able to be so fast. And it's actually a little bit different because XDC is also proof of work. But one of the reasons why, and I don't know if you know this too, but XDC has like a 6-second transaction time speed. And the reason why it gets its transaction speed is not because it has a native algorithm, but because it operates off of a notary system. So what ends up happening is you can choose who you want to sign your transactions based off these notaries. And I'll actually get more into this when I get into Corda. But the notaries can not only be other companies, other nodes on the network, but they can also be regulators, basically notarizing regulatory clear actions that are happening on the network. So the main reason why XRP is operating so quickly is because of the native algorithm. Now, the reason why I say the banks have to operate these accounts, to operate any XRP account, anybody can start up an account. But to operate a account where you can issue underlying assets, you have to have control and rights to the underlying accounts. This is why I say this is why the banks would use it. They have one account as the bank, all the underlying accounts being the bank accounts, and then they can issue you your currency, your stock, your bond, whatever to you. Yeah. And then you end up getting this level of security because if I wanted to hack your account and steal money out of your account, I couldn't do it because
you have to only send it to your account or someone else's registered account. Yeah,
exactly. And that's the thing. If let's say we both were operating off Chase Bank, and I hacked money out of your account and put it into my account. Well, Chase saw everything that just happened. They saw everything that just, so there's really no way you can hack money out of people's account when it comes to a system like this because of how structurally sound the permissions are when setting up accounts that can issue underlying assets. Now, if you just wanted to make an account...
So for example, Coinbase has permission from XRP to issue all these different wallets.
Yes, actually, yes.
And to open a new wallet, they would need to get permission from XRP and to do all the right KYC stuff.
There's two things with that. Yes, that's true. But the first thing is they only really need access or rights to your wallet if they're going to issue you tokens under it. If they're just going to issue you any other random wallet, it's no different than you starting up a ledger, putting in a PIN, and putting up your wallet. Now, the reason why they need permissions to issue those underlying assets is because of how that broader gateway banking structure works. It doesn't work without that. And the reason why I say XLM would be like cash is because they don't need that broader structure. If I had $10 over here and I wanted to issue $10 worth of currency on XLM and then send it to you, I don't need the special permissions to do so. But if I want to run a banking organization on XRP, I do. But that's only for underlying assets. If I just wanted to send you XRP, I could go make an XRP account. I'll send it to your address. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Crap. What was I saying?
So that's why you believe XLM will be used more than XRP for central bank digital currencies.
I think it's going to be
easier for them
it's one of those things where, yeah, it's so. In a general sense, I don't know who would end up being bigger. It comes down to how you want to look at these markets. Who has a bigger market? I think Stellar is going to be used, like I said, central bank digital currencies is going to be the number one use case for XLM and Stellar. I think XRP is going to be used as a back-end bank settlement token in regards to not only cross-border remittances, but domestic remittances. So when, like I said before at the beginning, where I said,
everyone's forgetting the domestic remittances market. Everyone's talking about the 50 trillion cross-border, but within each country, there's more trillions, especially like in the US. And, yeah,
it's practically the banking system. Yeah, it's practically the financial system. And that's the thing. Remember, I was telling you how slow it is, and for every $100 that they have that you may have in your bank account, they only have one on demand. Well, this essentially solves that problem, because what ends up happening is instead of having, like you said before, instead of having to worry about being able to, one, if you need to borrow that money, you can get it instantly. You don't have to spend however many days it takes to send the money. But two, when someone asks for their money, you don't have to go, oh, give me a second for me to get this payment that's already on the way to come through. Their payments become instant. So a typical transaction that, let's say you were a bank and you wanted to pass a $50 million transaction, and it took 4 days to do so from all the different things that have to come play to move that money. Well, it'll take a couple seconds. If you want to move billions of dollars, it take a couple seconds. So all that clogged up piping in the financial system, from how slow money's moving around from bank to bank, institution to institution, merchant to merchant, merchant to bank, all these different moving parts will now be able to move up freely, quickly, and effectively with XRP, and not only between currencies, but between primarily derivatives. So it's almost like this. I think XRP will be used for digital currencies, but not public digital currencies. Almost like the same way where banks may deal with each other in bonds. They may make a purchase in $1 billion in bonds. People aren't going to buy their house in bonds, but I think they may end up treating the bond market in XRP so they can treat those bonds like cash, where the regular user, the same way that you're not going to accept just like bonds in the banking's eyes is the same as cash, except you get some sort of return on them. That's the thing, though. If you're going to be using it as cash, it doesn't mean it's the same thing as cash. So it's almost like we're going to have this front-end, back-end cash system of the back-end domestic and cross-border remittance cash system to move cash that way, and then the front-end cash system, which is basically going to be like me sending you $5.
So that's why they needed the private ledgers.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. The private ledgers, and to actually get a crazy thing about that. What I said before, when it comes to like the accounts where the bank has their account and they have all those underlying accounts, that's exactly what I mean when it comes to private. Those are private ledgers. Every single one of those. Every time I say that a bank has XRP and they have all those underlying XRP accounts, those are all private ledgers that they're operating off of. And The main portion of the private ledger is they're able to do internal accounting without it being on the public blockchain. Even though they're getting all the utility and all the use case from the public blockchain, they're still able to get that private accounting within their users' accounts on that private ledger. And you're going to see I don't know if all the banks are going to do this. I think you're probably going to see a huge consolidation of the banks, but all the big banks are definitely going to do this.
Okay. So you think there's going to be lots of mergers and acquisitions within the banks?
Oh yeah. There always is. Every crisis, there always is. And it's most.
So the young man's name is Quincy Jones. Makes you feel pretty comfortable. Makes you feel pretty comfortable if you're an XRP and a Stellar Lumens holler. So what I was interested, what's the word? I was probably happily surprised to hear him say domestic. That was very, very interesting, because I think it's, you say XRP is for cross-border, but there's still a settlement. There's still a settlement aspect to domestic, right? There is still a settlement aspect to domestic payments. So it's interesting. And the fact that he caught on to liquidity that XRP and Stellar Lumens brings, I thought was pretty cool that he caught on to that. And he said for both, for borrowing and sending as well. So there's a lot more to what's going on with XRP and the XRP ledger than I think people understand. But, you got the ISO 20022 spotty standard, you got the faster payments, and Ripple is involved in both of those things. Why? There's got to be a reason why Ripple, the company, and, they got people from their company on these different boards. There's an absolute reason for that. And maybe there's a reason why Ripple and XRP are in this lawsuit. Because once the stamp of approval is given, and it's only inevitable, it's like the blessing for these banks. It's going to be like the blessing for these banks in the U.S. in terms of moving forward. Look, at Japan has already made its own decision. They've already made up their mind. They understand. Why they're not moving forward, I don't understand it. I mean, they are in other places, but it's probably more like, it's going to be, I don't want to say synchronization, but there's probably, doing something together in tandem that's going to be important. But this young man, Quincy Jones, I believe his name is really dropping some absolute nuggets. Right? Absolute nuggets. Yeah, and this he's a Corda developer, so I don't know how much he knows about the other assets, but I do think that it's interesting that he talked algo and XDC. I'm sure XDC because of how Corda is going to be utilizing it. But this is monster for sure. So I'm going to put the link to the video so you guys can listen to this from beginning to end. Let me copy this, put this in the chat. But that was some nuggets right there. It's certainly a lot better than listening to William Henman. Oh my goodness. So let me see. So there it is right there. That's the link to it all. Josh is in the building. What's going on, my friend? Some great stuff there. Right? Some great stuff for sure coming out of the camp there. So again, I want to say shout out to those of you who own some QNT, own some Quant. I hope it's been a blessing for you to hodl it for sure. I hope that it has. I hope it puts you in that millionaire status if you're blessed enough to hold enough of it. I'm certain that it has. in the XRP community. I'm certain that it has, and I believe Crypto Eddie as well has some of that QNT. What's going on, William? Willie Washington, good to see you, bro. That's right. Bless Cruz, what's going on, my friend? anyone with the name Quincy Jones is genius indeed. Take heed for sure. Yeah, smart young man right there. Smart young man. GDLT says Ripple is part of the ISO 20022 standards body, the only DLT company. Correct. That is part of it. So not only complying with the IS 2002, but also setting the standard for DLT on it. Exactly. And you got to think, so I was very fascinated by him mentioning domestic. So what he's saying is that the XLM might be like used for like the issuance to you and I. But XRP will be on that back end with institutions and, you know, the big stuff, right? Because of the way it's the consensus is set up. So, and that, of course, that makes sense. That's been said before about, you know, front end, back end, retail versus institutions and the likes. But I just got to tell you, that is some really, really good stuff. It makes you excited about what you hold for sure. And I hope during this down market of ups and downs, you're able to get you some more XRP on WanSwap or BitTrue. If you're doing the Power Piggy, I hope you're able to position yourself to get more of it, because I believe ultimately it's not about the asset appreciation. It's about how many that you have, because the more of it that you have of this asset, you can provide liquidity. You can do things like mint XRP, right? Get yourself some of that XRP, get you some more Spark token, create cash flow, So really, really interesting stuff. Thank you, Crypto Eddie, for sharing that. And for Maddie, I think his name is Maddie GTV, for doing that interview. Really, really great stuff. What's going on, James Smith? Good to see you. Hello, Crypto Siege. Great job. Thank you, bro. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely excited about that. So guys, tune in. I don't know what we're going to do in terms of when we'll get this thing out that we're doing tonight. Really, really excited to be part of this this roundtable invitation only for Flare Networks. I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes, but we'll all get a chance to kind of do our thing. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited about the people involved in this thing. It's some of the smartest people in the space, for sure. Some of the smartest people in the space. But in any case, UD2Earth, thank you. Great work, bro. Thanks a lot. You're welcome, my friend. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate you checking in today. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button if you didn't get a chance to do so on the way in. It definitely helps with the algorithm on YouTube. We got to let more of us that are hanging out on YouTube know about this new asset class that's being built right underneath their noses. This is their chance for financial freedom. This is their chance to unbank themselves, most importantly. Interesting that an XRP holder would say that, but I believe that is massively important, to be in control of your own money and not to be beholden to anyone for what it is that you do. Whatever happens in the banking system is going to happen. I really do believe that there are certain commercial regular banks that are, you know, it's going to be some realigning. Like he said, right? It's going to be a lot of these banks underneath, you know, these the top banks and these top banks underneath the central banks. It's going to be a lot of sort of kind of realigning. I really, really do believe it, especially with this CBDC thing. That I'm not so great for the average retail person. I know a lot of people want to promote CBDCs, and I'm not sure it's so great for the average retail person. It may be great that for us as XRP holders. But I don't know. So I don't know if it's going to be so great for the retail investor. We'll see how it goes, because there's going to be privacy concerns. It's going to be, it's going to open doors for things like social, social scores or social credits and these type of things. It's going to open up a lot of stuff. So we need our own money so that we don't have to be dependent upon a CBDC. That's the bigger picture. We need our own money so we don't have to be dependent upon the CBDC. It can be an alternative, right? But not something that we have to use. We want to be able to use other things. That's why the news of El Salvador and what they're doing is absolutely golden. It's absolutely golden. And those who don't get it and try to make fun of it and think it's going to be this and that and all this, like, they're missing the bigger picture. It's a nation deciding to walk away from the US dollar and doing their own currency. There's power in that. There's power in that, because you get to decide what income or money that you want to follow, right? That is really the key. There you go, Kevin. That is really the key. So scrolling across as a banner as we speak. Crypto _ siege, or CJ is what it actually is. For sure. So yes, it is tonight, Keyless. And that's what we want. We want to have our own money, be in control of our own money, and not be beholden to the monetary policies that just haven't worked. That's the bigger picture. Now, people can bring out guns and stuff like that for sure, but there are going to be nations with their own currencies and not be beholden. Now, look, if the powers that be didn't make a choice to begin to weaponize, leverage, take advantage of other nations, that would be one thing. But they did. They made a decision to weaponize and take advantage of. They made that decision. So now other nations like El Salvador, and all these other Latin American countries, these smaller nations, they have a choice now. And I'm excited for them that they have a choice, because we didn't act better. Ultimately, bottom line, we didn't act better, and we didn't have a good monetary policy. That is ultimately the bottom line. So more choices is definitely the key, for sure. All right, guys, listen, I am going to wrap this up. Make sure you guys check out that young man, Quincy Jones. Listen to the whole video. It's only 21 minutes long. It'll make you confident. It'll make you feel better about what it is that you hold, for sure. And so, guys, I hope you consider looking into, what does it mean to be in the DeFi space? Are you comfortable with it? Because Flare is coming, Flare Network is coming, and then Flare Finance is coming as well. And you want to be comfortable with how to use the swap button, how to use the pool button, how to use the yield, or how to use the farm button. You got to know what that is. You got to know what an LP token looks like, feels like. How does it move? How do you provide liquidity? How do you stake it? All these different things. You got to get comfortable and familiar with those as well. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate you checking in. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video like I do all of my videos, and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.